Hey guys, I'm back. We are live here at Daytona International Speedway for the Rolex 24-hour at Daytona weekend. The great news is it's Friday, and the more even awesome news is that the Michelin Pilot Challenge cars are going to be taking the track. And one car I want to focus on is the Ford Mustang GT4. Now, when you see it, it's going to look very much like a Shelby GT350 with bodywork and whatnot, but this is a track-specific focused car that was built by Ford to race in this class, and they're running a 4-hour endurance race today. So let me go ahead, spin it around. Here are a couple fine examples of the Ford Mustang GT4 in that Michelin Pilot Challenge series. The one that I really want to focus on is this particular one over here that's being run by Briscoe and Deegan. What's awesome is those colors, those date back to Lynn St. James and the 711 colors. Let me take you around and show you some of the differences. Now, if you know the Shelby G500, believe it or not, that carbon fiber performance package, that rear wing off of this car right here, it has been developed for the Shelby GT500. If you go carbon fiber performance package, if you notice, lots of excitement. The cars are going to be rolling onto the grid. I'm glad to have you here now, but here's where you can see the Shelby GT350 bodywork, the flared fenders. Look at the carbon fiber hood, all the extra venting and whatnot. Phenomenal. But the cars are getting ready to fire up and take us out onto the track. You can hear the sound of that V8. Nothing like being at the races, guys. Nothing like being at the races. Brembo brakes. We're gonna kind of walk. You can see the extra splitters. The whole front end is Shelby GT350. Look at that beautiful setup there with the Shelby GT350. You got them fired up. All the extra venting on the hood. Here we go, rolling out. Nothing like being at the races. But I'm gonna kind of walk with them onto the track. So basically the way it works is all these cars are gonna grid, and then they're going to start the 4-hour endurance race. But here is that beautiful Mustang. Now you can see the side sill and everything is all stock GT350, but you can see the addition of the extra canards for more downforce. Just amazing. This is the type of racing that I love, when they take cars that are from the street and bring it onto the track. You got Aston Martins in this class, of course the Mercedes AMG GTs, but the sound of that V8, look at that. That's what I'm talking about. But I'm just glad to be bringing this live to you, something new that we're trying to do a little bit more on Rady's Rides. If you like to see the live footage, definitely put a comment in the comment box. But I'm at the Rolex 24. Thank you, Tambuli. I really appreciate that. I can't do it without your support. This is what it's all about, being down here. I love this. This is what gets my blood rolling. Awesome. These cars are just so incredible. Really, really, here we go. Look at this. Where the action is, this is where I want to take you guys. Hey, Lori, my beautiful wife. How's it going? Love to have you down here, sharing it live. Lori's going to be here next year with us. She kind of got a little tied up, but this car right in front of me has a lot of history with those colors. Those are the old 711 colors from the 80s. Just amazing. Absolutely amazing being down here with you guys. The emotion, I can feel it already bubbling up inside of me. But everything from the increased rotors, Brembo brakes, forged wheels, this is the platform. They took a Mustang and they turned it into this car. This is what's amazing about this thing. Hey, what's up? We got some subscribers here. We're actually live right now. Yeah, thank you guys. There we go. But that's how we're doing it here. We're gonna fight the traffic. Not only traffic of cars, but traffic of people. Here we go. So great to see the subscribers come out to the track, the fans. I know this video was mostly focused on the Mustang. We kind of got some extra stuff there, but we're going to keep walking with them, and I'm going to get us out on that pit road come hell or high water. I'll tell you that right now. Nobody's stopping us from getting on that pit road to see these cars line up, walking through the crowd. But like I said, it's great to see Ford take the Mustang and actually develop it for racing. And you can see the type of machine that is made here. This thing, from stem to stern, has all that extra potential to make it not a straight line driver, but make it a corner carver. I'm gonna see if I can cut around here real quick. But there is that Mustang. Aston Martin. This is a good spot.
That's an Aston Martin.
Got the Mercedes AMG GT. Remember, twin turbo V8, 4-liter bi-turbo V8. But this is what it's like being at the track. You got Audi R8s going up in this class. Multiple classes, racing at once, 4-hour endurance race. That's what's going on. Can I sneak behind you and get in, sir? I have my pass. Thank you. There's the Michelin Man right there. Oh, sorry about that. But there they are. We're gonna get on pit road here with the rest of the people. Here we are on pit road, guys. This is at Daytona Pit Road. This is what it's all about. Right now, if you notice the cars in the background moving, those are the different manufacturers doing track, taking guests on the track. But this is pit road at Daytona International Speedway. This is what I live for. Lori would attest to this. I grew up here, I raced here. This is phenomenal, phenomenal. Here we are. So, talking again about this Mustang here, whole front end is gonna be all GT350. So you have the addition of the adjustability of the front splitter, the extra canards. I'm gonna cross here. You can see we got Lynn St. James down here. Let me spin the camera around. This is one of the greatest women in racing actually behind me, Lynn St. James. Lynn, we're live on Rady's Rise. My wife Lori is saying hi right now.
Hi there.
She loves you.
Thank you.
You're so much inspiration for all the women and all other drivers out there. You've done so much for the sport. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care. But this is what it's about, guys. It's meeting the actual people. Lynn St. James, if you don't know who she is, she's raced at the Indy 500. She's raced at the 24-hour Daytona. I mean, she's done so much. You know, we think of Danica Patrick. I know a lot of people have that on their mind. Lynn St. James really was way before Danica Patrick was everything. And Lori, that was for you. I specifically wanted to grab her just for you because I know Lori is a big fan. Lori got to meet Lynn St. James at a vintage car race here a couple years ago. And just a special moment. This is wild, being live on Rady's Rides here at Daytona. Let me spin it around. Look at this. But let's go back to this Mustang, shall we? So you can see the whole front fender and everything. Everything is Shelby GT350, forged wheels, those massive rotors, two-piece rotors, just like you're gonna find on a lot of high-performance cars, the Brembo brakes. Everything else is stock, guys. Stock bodywork. That rear wing, like I said, actually is part of the development of the GT500 wing. So if you get a GT500 with the competition package, that wing right here, this is where they developed it on this race car. Is it the same wing? No, but it is very, very similar and provides actual downforce. You can see all the carbon fiber venting. Really just an amazing car here. But this is what I wanted to share with everybody here. You guys are fantastic, fabulous, and I'm just pumped. I'm just pumped that I am at Daytona International Speedway with all of you and all these great race cars. Unbelievable. Let me just walk you around real quick. I'm waiting. I'm pretending like I know what I'm doing here, but awesome. Audis. Like I said, we're gonna take a walk down to another one of these Mustang. Now they call it a Mustang GT4 because of the differences from your GT350. Here come the touring cars. Now, if you like Veloster ends, we have the Veloster End touring cars down here. The field, there's so many, there's like over 50 cars that are gonna be racing in just a short few moments. This is how they line them up. And then eventually they'll let the fans out, but guess what? With this pass, we don't have to wait. We're going now. Because you guys deserve it. I want to bring you guys the best, because you are the best. So awesome to have your support. You can see how they angle in the cars here. Look at this. Guys, we're at Daytona. Daytona International Raceway. Unbelievable. Thank you, Lori, and everybody else watching. Can't do this without your support. I really, really can't. And it's just crazy to think that I'm back here. You know, I remember after I stopped racing cars, hung up the helmet, I thought I would never be back at Daytona. Is it the same? No, but hey, doesn't mean it has to be bad just because it's not the same. It could be even better. And the way that I could share it all with you guys are awesome. Now, on the Ford Mustang race cars, the GT4s, now remember, that rear wing is adjustable. So depending on the track, you see all those areas there, you could adjust the pivot of the wing for more or less downforce. Daytona's tricky, I'll be honest with you, because remember, you have a lot of straight line speed, you got the banking, but you also have the infield road course section, and that is where you're gonna need that downforce to be present. Now, here's another interesting thing. If you notice that lower splitter area that looks very familiar to a GT350R, it's full carbon fiber. That canard, which is the curved part there, that's carbon fiber. But if you notice, that part is stock. That's stock GT350 right there. Even the plastic venting, that's stock GT350. Really, oh, thank you for the super chat. Who super chatted me? Tambuli, thank you, man. You're so awesome. You guys are so freaking great. This is the second live that we've done today. I don't know if I could do much more. It's kind of intense getting here, but wanted to just showcase the Mustang. And what's cool is that the driver of this car, Drew, when I went to the Ford Performance Racing School, he was one of the instructors there that day. So it was awesome to be able to meet him and know that the instructors that they have at the Ford Performance Racing School are actually getting it done on the track. And Lori remembers Drew. Lori got to take a ride in a Fiesta ST driven by him around Miller Motorsports Park in Utah. But this car, like I said, the whole point of this video is I wanted to show you, well, I wanted to bring you here live with me. I mean, that's always key. But I wanted to showcase on the Mustang GT4 how a lot of it is stock with those additional parts that are needed for adjustability on the racetrack. I think the hood is the sexiest thing. If they made a hood that looked like that on a stock Mustang, I'm sold. But definitely the center area here, think GT500, it's a little bit further back, but that's the size, and it's all about aerodynamics. It's about bringing air in, taking the hot air out, and that's what makes the engineers earn their money, the people that develop these cars in wind tunnels and on the computer and whatnot. But just insane to be here live at Daytona on pit road. And yes, I accidentally bumped into somebody and knocked their phone out of their hand. I apologize if that person is a subscriber. If they're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button. You'll want to make sure you'll come back for more. But we're walking down here. Now so I was telling you that you have different classes of cars racing at once. These are the TCR cars. These are touring cars. They're slower than what we've been looking at so far, but guess what? Still plenty fast. The Type Rs that race in this class have about 380 horsepower, like to the front wheels. These are front wheel drive. This is obviously a Veloster N, front wheel drive. Listen to the sound of that BMW. You hear? That's what I like to hear. My alarm clock sounds like that. But coming down, you have your Veloster N, you got your Audi RS3s. I know a lot of you like the RS3s, and of course we got the Type Rs down here. So these cars are all racing for dominance in their particular class. These cars, and touring car do not have a chance to win overall, but they do have the opportunity to win within their class. Now, if you notice, all the other people are coming out. I kind of just made room for myself and brought you guys out here. But here's the Type R. If you've never seen a Type R touring car, 380 horsepower to the front wheels. You can see how the body work. Look how far out they flare those fenders. You thought a stock Type R was flared out? Look at that. Racing. You could actually watch this race. You could watch it on IMSA. So if you go to IMSA's website, they have a TV pass or something like that. You could watch it. It will air. This particular race that's going to run today will air on February 6th, I believe, on NBC Sports or CNBC Sports. The Rolex 24 is live tomorrow on regular broadcast stations. But here's the Veloster N. I know a lot of you are big fans of Veloster N's. Hell, I'm a big fan of a Veloster N. But this N is like no other you've seen before. Hopefully nobody gets bummed out that the title says Mustang and we're kind of focusing on everything here. But how often am I going to be here right now to show this to you? But here we are back with the Mustang GT4. Anybody a BMW fan? If anybody has any particular questions, I'll try to look at the screen and answer those questions. But a nice chromed wrap Camaro, of course, that GT4R, naturally aspirated, no supercharger. You're not allowed to run superchargers in this class. You actually get there's a bigger benefit of not having a supercharger, because if you were to run any kind of power adder, like the Mercedes have the twin turbos, it's more weight. They make you run more weight to balance out. Porsche, I know Lori would remember this one, the GT4, Cayman GT4. Look at this, people are all over the place. We were able to get down here first. This is awesome, absolutely awesome. Look at this, Mustangs. It's great to see fathers bringing their kids out here, sharing the whole experience. We got to get the kids involved, everybody. Whether you have kids or not, got to get them involved with cars, or we're all going to be just driven around by the cars instead of us driving the cars. But here we have the beautiful AMG GTR. Absolutely sick. Wow. Let me keep going closer towards the front here. But I'm glad that you guys are liking this live thing, because Lori would attest that all of our stuff is unscripted and, hey, just do it live, right? We got your Aston Martin Vantage. I'm sure a lot of you saw the Vantage take place. What's great about the racing is, if you notice, you get right with the drivers. There's not a big separation between the drivers and you like some of the other series. These types of car races are very, very fan-friendly. So definitely make it out to a race, because you are going to enjoy yourself and also have the ability to meet the people behind the wheels of the cars. That's what's so fantastic. But here we are back at the Briscoe Deegan car. I do hear exhaust notes, Lori, all the time. I love the sounds of the different engines. That's what got me into this whole thing, is hearing the difference between a V8, hearing the difference between a flat 6, a flat 12. I'm sure some of you remember the flat 12 from the Ferrari 5, the BB Boxer. Look at this. There's the banking. That's the tri-oval. So there's your start-finish line. The banking through the tri-oval is not as steep as what's around NASCAR's turn 1, 2, 3, and 4. And all of the track is used. All the NASCAR track is used. Here's something I want to show you on the Mustang. I'm going to kind of tuck down here. You can see the gold foil down there around the fuel cell. That is to help combat the heat off the back of the car, because we don't want that to expand or anything like that. We want to try to watch the heat and where it's hitting. These cars all run fuel cells, obviously for safety issues and all that, if God forbid there was a crash. But if you're a Mercedes fan, here's your AMG. I might steal the car. I might take that Mustang. I keep going back to it. Absolutely amazing. This thing, I just love the colors. I'm telling you, if you're as old as I am or older, you'd remember the 7-Eleven colors. This was the color setup on that car. Really, really fantastic. I'm gonna see if we could drop back here. I'm gonna go back to Honda because I wonder if one of my friends that works for Honda, Davis, is available. I'm sure he'll get a kick out of being on YouTube Live. But any other questions you guys have? Right now we have 64 people live. If you watched the Corvette live, the C8 that I just did, we had 200 people live for that presentation. But here we go, we're going down. This is amazing. Thank you guys for helping me. Thank you for helping me make my dream come true. I really, really appreciate everything that you guys do for the channel. And Lori, thank you for becoming a car person and let me share my passion of cars with you. This is what drives me. We got more Camaros. Turner BMWs, very popular team. They also run in the Rolex 24-hour with a GTD class car. That's another thing. If you've never been to an endurance sports car event, they run multiple classes at one time. So it's not just one class, it's multiple classes, and that's what makes the racing really, really, really exciting. Hold on one second, I'm gonna spin this around. So I wanna just say hi to somebody that was at the Ford Performance Racing School. I'm gonna do this for, actually he's kind of busy, but let me see real quick here what we could do. But like I said, these drivers are right here on pit road with us. I feel like a pit reporter. This is really, really wild, but awesome. Really, really cool to be here. Hey Drew, I don't know if you remember me, man. I was at the Ford Performance Racing School. We're actually live on my YouTube channel right now. We got everybody wishing you luck for today's race. And my wife Lori remembers that hot lap in the Fiesta ST that you did. But good luck with everything, man. We're rooting for you.
Thanks, guys.
All right, take care. So like I said, that's what makes racing so great, is that you get to interact with the people. You know, the cars are great. The people are even better. Even better. So cool to just be able to put people on the spot. You know, it's interesting to find out how people are going to react once they're on the spot. But I'm going to see if I could find, I'm going to look around here for them. But like I said, thank you for taking time out of your day to watch. Thank you for your awesome support. Can't do this without you guys. It really, it's nice because this is stuff that my dad shared with me, and now I get to share it with you guys. And that's what it's all about, right? It's not just about car reviews, but it's about actually developing the passion, feeling the passion. The Taycan, yes, that Taycan, that was an amazing car. That Turbo S Taycan is pretty intense. I do need to get some water, Lori. I actually have a bottle in my backpack, but I just want to walk around. Let me spin the camera around once again. Let me see. There we go. So we're spun around, going back around. Now, these are factory-backed Velociraptor. So Hyundai believes in racing. They love racing, and that's what they do. And that's one of the reasons why I like the brand. I know a lot of people, the this, the that, whatever. Listen, they're racing what they're building. So you got to give them credit for that. And they're starting to really up the game to where they're building some stuff that really is persuading people to wanna come join and purchase their first Hyundai. But I'm looking around for people that I know to see if I could find any of those people. But as we're walking around, these are all RS3s, Type Rs. They're all in the same class. It's interesting racing how they balance performance in these vehicles, and that's what makes it really, really exciting and really fascinating to see the balance of all the different cars. We're going back here, so this is going towards the back of the grid. Really, really special, like I said, to be able to share with you guys. Any other questions before we kind of have to send off because I'm here and these cars are going to be firing up. Eventually, I'm going to have to get off of pit road here for the start of the race, but I definitely want to show you guys whatever you want to see. Ask me what questions on here. I really appreciate that, Marcus. You're a good guy. I love bringing the content to you. And listen, this is what it's about, sharing. I want to share what gets me all fired on all 20 cylinders and share that with you. And definitely being here at Daytona. I mean, geez, how can you not be? Hey, how's it going, man? It's great to see, I'm telling you, it's great to see people as they're just walking by, fans, subscribers. It's really, really cool to meet you guys in person, to say hello. I'm still looking for one more person. If I could find him, I would love to have him say hello on the channel, because he's done so much for me in getting me access to different vehicles from Honda, and just overall has really helped me and sort of mentored me in a little bit. Because that's the thing, is a lot of things, it's not just learning how to do the filming, the car reviews and all that stuff and all the technology pieces, but also to really get connected with the OEMs and get access to these cars. Because without, I don't see him anywhere, which is okay. We'll find him another time. But I'm gonna take you back to the front, and let me show you the Type R here. So if you're a Type R fan, I know a lot of subscribers are Type R fans. You can see what's going on with the Type R. Right now we have about 60 people watching, which is awesome. Really, really nice, the work that they've done with the Type R to make it really an extra special piece of kit. Now, you see these cars out on the track, on the apron. Those are manufacturers. They have special guests that they invite out to the event. Porsche, Ferrari, Lamborghini, Acura / Honda, Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Lexus, and Mazda and Audi. And what they do is they bring those people, those guests, for a lap around the track. So that kind of makes it exciting. I got to do that at Road Atlanta for the Petit Le Mans race, which was back in October. But you can see now all the people getting their pictures on the tri-oval banking. I tell you, the atmosphere down here is amazing, and I hope that I'm bringing it. I hope that I'm bringing it for you guys and able to share it successfully, because it is a lot of fun. But let me go ahead. I'm going to go back. We're going to walk back up to the Mustangs. I'm going to wrap this up because first of all, I'm sure there's some other things you guys want to do. And second of all, eventually I know I'm going to have to get off this pit road and wrap this up. And I know my phone battery is dying, so that's another thing to take into consideration. But the great news about the cars racing today in the Michelin Pilot Challenge is that these are close to street legal vehicles. Maybe not the touring cars, but definitely, like we showcased the Mustang GT4 up there, very, very close to what you would buy from the, more so than what races in the Rolex 24 Hours of Daytona. But here we are. Let me go this way. Really great. Oh, Alfa Romeo. You don't see many Alfa Romeos, period, but here is an Alfa Romeo that races in the touring car. I'm gonna see if I can squeeze here and then drop around and show you this. Pretty phenomenal, the styling. What's hilarious is the Giulietta isn't even available here in the United States, so kind of interesting how they could race it here in the United States, but it's not available. Now, I'm sure eventually it will be, but as of right now, no. But here we are, back sort of where we started with the Mustang. Really, really nice to set up everything. Let's go find that factory one. So the one that's painted the 711 colors, that's actually fielded by the Ford factory. Some of the other ones, which is a total of 6 Mustang GT4s, are actually, some of them are privateer, what's called privateer. So that means there's a private organization that's running it, whether it be a single owner or a private team, not the factory team. But let's go ahead, we're walking here. See if I could do a little side cut. Tell you, I love these race cars. freaking love them. Keep on walking. I feel like I'm back walking the halls of my high school I used to teach at. It's really tricky. But any more questions, comments, anything you want to see, please let me know now, and I will try to answer or show you what the heck is going on if you've never been at something crazy like this. What do we have coming up while we're walking here? Remember, not next week, but the week after, Lori and I will be in Chicago for the Chicago Auto Show. After that, we are going to the Kia Seltos media event. Now remember where we were once at, where the car, we could see it. Now we're in a crowd of people. So lots of people around the Ford factory GT4. I'm gonna go ahead and spin the camera around here. So there you have it, guys. I was able to pull off a couple lives for you. I hope that you enjoyed me sharing some of this passion. Tambuli, thank you so much for that super chat. If you have not seen the live of the Corvette setup, please make sure that you go and watch that video. I posted it. It was live about an hour ago about the whole C8 and the C8R and all that good stuff. Is it the ultimate Corvette? Is the Mustang the best muscle car, race car? I would say hell yeah. I'm sure a lot of you have your own ideas and whatnot, but if you have not gotten any merch, remember, you could go to Spreadshirt, Raise Rise merch. We got a little bit of everything. We got all new Zonk shirts. We got the Chicago Auto Show coming up. And after that would be a Honda event and then the New York Auto Show. So stay tuned for all these events. And like always, guys, have a good Friday, and I will see you on the next ride. Bye, guys.